Good morning, children. Now, budding is of two different types. I told exogenous budding and endogenous budding. Exogenous budding can be seen in Hydra. Endogenous budding can be seen in Noctiluca. Noctiluca. Hundreds of buds are formed inside the cytoplasm, and many remain within the body of the parent. This is called the endogenous budding. Example, Noctiluca. In freshwater sponges and in submarine sponges, a regular and peculiar mode of asexual reproduction occurs by internal bud, which is called the gemule. So, gemule is an example of endogenous bud. Is seen. A completely grown gemule is a hard ball consisting of internal mass of food-laden structure, which is called the archaeocytes. Food-laden means filled with food. During unfavorable conditions, the sponge disintegrates, but the gemules can withstand adverse condition. The adverse means unfavorable condition. When the conditions become favorable, the gemules begin to hatch to form the new individual. Now next, that is bud formation. Now in tapeworm we know that is Taenia solium. The Taenia solium, the gravid means ripe or matured proglottids. Then the body is tape-like structure. In each and every part is separated by the septum. Each and every part is called the mature part is called the proglottids. Proglottids are the oldest and at the posterior end of the strobila, the body. The gravid means matured or ripe proglottids are regularly cut off, either singly we can see, or in a group 3-4 together, maybe 3-4 together, or singly, cut off singly or in groups from the posterior end by the process is called apolysis. So 2 marks question, what do you mean by apolysis? Then you have to write from there to here. This is very much significant. What is the importance of apolysis? Now this is very much significant since it helps in transferring the developed embryos from the primary host, which is the man, to the secondary, that is the pork or pig secondary host. So if it is not cutting down by apolysis process, it cannot be transferred from the primary host to the secondary host. So the life cycle will be not completed. That is the importance of apolysis. Now next part we have a regeneration, another type of asexual reproduction. Regeneration is nothing but the regrowth in the injured region. Regeneration was first studied in Hydra by Abraham Trimble in 1741. More question. Regeneration is of 2 types. What are the 2 types? No, morphallaxis and epimorphosis. Morphallaxis is the term is the type of regeneration when the whole body grown from a small fragment. Example, Hydra. I will show you the example. Here this is the Hydra body. The upper part, middle part and the lower part. If it has been cut, any part by accidentally or certain other reason, the part has been cut, separated from the other parts. Each part can develop the whole organ. In the middle part, it can develop the whole plant animal body. The lower part, it can develop the whole animal body. So, morphallaxis is the type of regeneration is used when any part of the plant body can develop into the whole body. Example, Hydra planaria. Now, when Hydra is accidentally cut into several pieces, whatever I have to, each piece can regenerate the lost parts and develop the whole new individual. The parts usually retain their original polarity, has the capacity to develop the whole organism with oral ends and by developing tentacles and aboral ends, lower part, by producing the basal discs. Second type of regeneration, it is called epimorphosis. Epimorphosis is the replacement of the lost body parts. It is a 2 types. What are they? Reparative and restorative. Minor differences. In reparative regeneration, certain damaged tissue can be regenerated. Whereas restorative regeneration, body parts can be developed. Certain damaged tissue can be developed. In reparative and restorative, certain body parts can be developed. Starfish, lizard, a tail up, wall lizard, etc. So this is overall your asexual reproduction. I will come back again. Now next, sexual reproduction. The two types of reproduction we have told. So sexual reproduction. Before going to the sexual reproduction, you should study this flow chart. Already concept very very important. Whatever we have discussed. See, fission, different types yesterday discussed. Budding, two types, exogenous and fragmentation we have discussed. Regeneration, it is a restorative, reparative. Before that you have to write, you have to make it. Regeneration, it is up to the morpholaxis. And second type, it is called epimorphosis. Epimorphosis. Now this epimorphosis, already whole organism will be developing. This epimorphosis, it is two types: reparative and regenerative. Reparative and it is called restorative. So these two things to be, this flowchart till here we have discussed. Now next part we are going to discuss about the sexual reproduction. In sexual reproduction, already in botany also we have discussed, involves the fusion of male and female gametes to form the diploid zygote, which develops into a new organism. It leads to genetic variation. Due to sexual reproduction, and genetic variation develops. The types of sexual reproduction seen in animals are syngamy, which is called fertilization, and conjugation. Conjugation can be seen in lower group of animals such as amoeba, paramecium we can see, and in plants, bacteria we can see. In syngamy, the fusion of two haploid gametes take place to produce the diploid zygote. Depending upon the place where the fertilization takes place, it is a two types. Already that one also we have discussed, external fertilization and internal fertilization. But as we are in zoology, we will be discussing about the animals. External fertilization, the fusion of male and female gametes takes place outside the body of the female individual. Female outside the body, that is important. In the water medium, sponges, fishes and amphibians. Internal fertilization, the fusion of male and female gametes takes place within the body of the female organism. Reptiles, aves and mammals. Different kinds of syngamy fertilization are prevalent among the living organisms. In autogamy, different terms we will be using, minor differences will be there. In autogamy, auto means self, whole individual will be functioning as gamete. Male and female gametes are produced by the same cell or same organism, or both the gametes fuse together to form the zygote. So same organism will be producing, or both the gametes, male and female gametes are produced by the same cell or same organism, which is called the hermaphrodite in case of, sometimes we are using in lower group of animals. Male and female gametes are produced by the same organism and both gametes fuse together to form a zygote. Actinosporium and paramecium. In exogamy, the male and female gametes are produced by different parents and they fuse to form a zygote. It is biparental, but this one autogamy is uniparental. So biparentally, exogamy is seen in human, dioecious, a unisexual animal. In lower organisms, sometimes entire mature organisms do not form gametes. Entire mature organisms do not form gametes, but they themselves behave as, whole organism behave as gamete. And the fusion of such mature individual is known as hologamy. Example is trichonympha. Trichonympha, whole organism will be behaving like gametes. Pedogamy is a sexual union of young individuals produced immediately after the division of adult parent cell by mitosis. Sexual union of young individuals. young individuals will be participating in fertilization produced immediately after the division of the adult parent cell by mitosis. In merogamy, the fusion of small sized and morphologically different gametes, that is merogametes, take place. That is in merogamy. Fusion of small sized and morphologically different gametes takes place. The fusion of morphological and physiological identical gametes, already we know it is called isogamy. Its example is monocystis. Examples are very, very important. Whereas the fusion of dissimilar gametes are called the anisogamy. Anisogamy occurs in higher animals, but it is customary to use the term fertilization instead of using the term anisogamy or syngamy. Higher invertebrates on all vertebrates. Okay, thank you, students.